with the pen, I'm learning life. My face is divine, words inspire with perfect time. Nurtured right, them man there be learning lines, rehearsing life. Trust me, far from certified. Acting while you sleep, I'm working nights. I want all the ups to feel like that Jorginho guy on Merseyside.
Yes, guys. Yes, people. We are back. Had to take a break for a few days because literally fuck all to talk about. But there's some news. We're in the lookout for a new sporting director. Could be Christoph Freund. I hope I didn't mispronounce his name, but let me know in the comment section. We'll talk about that for a little bit. We'll talk about Jorginho and his contract situation and N'Golo Kante as well. Not really much else to discuss, but we'll just do a Q&A for a bit. I'll throw the link out to everyone and talk about whatever. And yeah, it's just good to be back on here. Good to be back on here. No football from Chelsea, as we all already know because of the Queen's funeral and everything. Kind of good for my sanity because this club has been sending my heart rate through the roof over the last month and a half. But I do still miss Chelsea, just a little bit. Although it's only a bit because I do think if we played this weekend, we're probably getting smacked by Liverpool. But probably even get a win. You never know. You never know. I guess we won't know until January or February or wherever they shoehorn the Chelsea-Liverpool game into. It's going to be a rough January for us because this fixture list is going to be an absolute mess. But from a content perspective, I look forward to it. Games every 3 to 4 days. It's going to be rough for the next week and a half. But after that, it's just football for the next 4-5 months straight. It's just a little rough phase now, but it is what it is. Pick up everyone that's in here. We've got over 100 of you guys in here already. Let's smash the likes. And I won't say 200. Let's try to get to 100 before I throw the link out because I don't expect a lot of people to be in here today anyway. This is a dead international break period. But we move. It is what it is. Big up Isaiah saying Chelsea football is depressing. It's a bit depressing, but there was like a light at the end of the tunnel with our last performance. Because I do think we played well. It's just we're so wank up top. It's as simple as, and our defense isn't going to be world beaters until they get a better understanding of each other. And we didn't even play for Fana and Koulibaly, so still waiting on that front. Oh, did the Chelsea women's team lose? Fuck's sake. It is long. It is long. But to be honest, they're a better team than the men's side, so I don't think it's anything as worrying. I wonder where they are on the table. Yes, Liverpool and City twice next year. It's long, but we're not expecting to win the league anyway. It's about top 4, and can't even say anything about top 4 until we see a few more games under Graham Potter. At least Chelsea technically won their game this weekend because they apparently played Brighton in a behind closed doors friendly. Chukwuemeka scored twice. Chelsea won 2-1. Can't even say anything about it except let's hope this means Chukwuemeka gets a few more minutes. I don't expect him to start any game anytime soon. Everything's too must-win right now to go for an inexperienced player, but he definitely deserves a few minutes off the bench. 15, 20 minutes here and there. See what he's about. Maybe he'd be a valuable asset off the bench for us this season. Maybe he needs a bit more experience. We don't know, but I mean, it's positive. It's positive news. Do you still say Arsenal are not our rivals? In terms of what, top 4? Because, nah, they probably are at this point. We can't even try and sugarcoat it. They look good. I said I wanted to wait until they had European football, and they're still winning. Obviously, they had that little setback against Manchester United. I do want to see how they perform against top 6 sides, but they are performing well, and they're performing consistently with Europe too. So, yeah, they are our rivals. I wouldn't have said that earlier, but nah, they're playing too good. Is this the best director we could get? I think it's the most realistic because you're obviously talking about Christoph Freund. I think it's the most realistic one we could get. Michael Edwards wants to take a year out, and I don't know if Chelsea can wait that long. Luis Campos, I think, is still going to be a bit hard to try and prize away from PSG, especially seeing as he only just joined them in June. So I do think this is a mix of the best and the most realistic option for us. Now it's a bit risky. I will get into it. I have some notes from the research I did on him, but I don't think it's terrible. I think it's a good move for us, and it's also a position that we need to fill in as soon as possible. So if it can be available quicker than the other two can be, then we might as well go for it. Big up Adam saying, yeah, maybe Chucky plays. Maybe he does, but we have to see. We have to see. A director of football at last up the Chelsea. I only just deep that we haven't had one since 2017. And to be going blindlessly around the market for the last 5 years and to still be in the position that we are is actually mad. Because it makes perfect sense why we did all of those flavor of the month type signings when we brought in the likes of Lukaku and Ziyech, Havertz, Werner. It wasn't really a case of whether they fit us or not. It was just because they were doing really well and they were a new face or a new world-class face at the time. Or potential. But hopefully, like, we actually have a plan now, a long-term plan, which is the one thing that we have lacked. That was the one big thing that we lacked under Abramovich. It's just, we never really cared too much because we were still winning trophies and we were still there or thereabouts in the top 3 and top 4. Tuchelaban says, why is this team so wank? Our attackers can't finish. We don't have any creativity. Can't speak too much on our midfield depth now, but the midfield, I think, is a bit more of a question mark because it actually looked good under Potter. We fell apart a little bit in the second half, but we looked a lot more solid than usual. It's just those little parts of our game that we really need to pull out. Big up Taha saying, hope you're good. I hope you're doing well as well, my guy. Carefree Lewis, Jorginho, and Christensen, you're welcome to join. Are you welcome to join us, or are you going to keep torturing yourself watching Havertz and Mount? Hey, Chelsea stays. The likes of Havertz and Mount stay and leave. So, yeah. And also, I fucking despise Barcelona. Even if Christensen's there, even if Jorginho ends up there, which I'm not too sure about. But even if he does, you wouldn't catch me dead in a Barcelona shirt. No chance. I'm good. Appreciate you being on here, though. Big up yourself. Christoph Freund is an upgrade on Marina. Is it Freund or Friend? Someone let me know because I'm probably saying it wrong. He's a football person, not a profit merchant. I do think he's a good move for us. I just think it's a step up that he hasn't really done yet, and I think he's a bit inexperienced in that front. But overall, I still think it's a good move for us. Like, let's just go into it because Fabrizio's already said he's really close to joining us. I think Matt Law also said. Sources believe the appointment of Christoph Freund as the blessing of Graham Potter, and another round of positive talks were held. He will take the sporting director title that Bowley gave himself on an interim basis. And we already knew after this transfer window and everything that the biggest thing we needed was a director of football because, like, we were very disorganized. I think that's the right word for us. We spent the most money, I think, in Europe, but the targets were all over the place. We weren't in for a midfielder, then suddenly we were in for a midfielder. Apparently Tuchel didn't want a number 9, and then he did want a number 9. So, like, it was clear to all of us that we needed a DOF, and it looks like Friend's going to be the one that comes in. From what I've read, he has a great track record of Salzburg. Joined them in 2006 as a team manager before upgrading to sports coordinator in 2012 when Ralph Ragnick joined. And then he took over as sporting director in 2015. And his scouting team are known for finding gems, and it's also part of the Salzburg philosophy that allows them to be able to bring in those players because they focus on just being able to develop them and offering them regular game time, more regular than they would get at other clubs at the age bracket that they're at. And then they would offer to sell them as soon as their development's complete and they get a decent fee for them. But the main difference between Salzburg and Chelsea is that the aim is completely different. And I think he's going to be good in terms of scouting potential to put through Cobham or potentially scouting talent to sell or loan to one of the feeder clubs that Bowley wants to bring in. In terms of Chelsea, I'm not so sure because he's going to be asked to look for more experienced options. He's going to be asked to look for players in their mid to late 20s, which he doesn't really specialize in. But it's a step up, and it's a step up that he was likely going to be taking sooner or later anyway. So I don't think it's anything to beat him with. It's just new ground for him. He's also going to be responsible for setting up the entire background infrastructure of Chelsea, whereas in Salzburg it was already set up, and he just had to fill into the role, and he already had build up to that position anyway because he was working at Salzburg for about 8 years before that point. So I do think it's a bit risky, but I don't think it's anything too risky, if that makes sense. I think it's a step up they was going to make. I think the ideal move for Chelsea is they would have gone for someone with more experience of building title-winning sides, like an Campos, Edwards as well as example, but they're not going to be here. And they're going to be longer options. So, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. One second, let me see what the comments are saying. What's everyone going at Fatter about? Oh, I must have missed that. Oh, they're going after the Chaliban fucking super chat picture. Yeah, that was a bit wild. That was a bit wild. But yeah, I think Friend would be a good option for us, just based off what I've already read. Big up Flawless as well. Big up yourself, my guy. Obviously you would have preferred a more experienced option, but I think Bowley actually prefers to go for promising options as well because they're probably going to be easier to work with. That's why he preferred a Potter, for example. Let me know you guys' thoughts anyway. Let me know you guys' thoughts in the comments. Chelsea want Paul Mitchell and Friend. Let me have a look at that. What did he say? Talks began when Chelsea inquired about Sesko in early August, with Todd Bowley impressed by Red Bull's model and Friend's data-led background. I wonder if that means he might have had a say on a potential future manager. Depends on what stage Bowley and Tuchel's fallout was at, but if that was early August, we should have already done the Arsenal-Chelsea friendly, and that was where there was a big fallout, allegedly, so maybe, I don't know. Friend has spoken to Graham Potter, who is fully behind the appointment. Okay, then it means it's the other way around. Potter would have had to give the go-ahead on him. They're looking at Paul Mitchell as a technical director. Okay, that's fair enough. And to be honest, that would help Friend as well because he's not really experienced at a club of Chelsea's magnitude. So that would potentially help him too. It looks good. And like we said, as soon as the window closed, we were going to focus on sorting out our backroom staff. And it looks like we're in the process of already doing that. As long as we get sorted before the next transfer window in January, all positive, all positive. But let me know you guys' thoughts. I'm telling you, Lewis, Todd wants to build a young team. No, because we're going to still go for experienced options. In spite of that, it might mean that even better options come out of the Cobham Academy or come out of the feeder clubs or something. I don't know. But I don't think it necessarily means we're going to build a younger team. Because as soon as you build a young team, they're still going to get older. So there needs to be experience in there anyway. Fred for the Utes and Mitchell for more experienced players. That's a good shout. Again, it makes sense that you bring both of them together. I didn't think that was going to happen. Big up Sportswire. If you're hopping on, let me know. I think you're in the group chat. Let's go into the Jorginho stuff because I saw Simon Phillips say his desire is to return to Italy this summer, and there is yet to be any contract talks between Jorginho and the club. Even if there are talks, he's not expected to sign as of right now. Tom Hopkinson of the Daily Mirror said Barcelona's keen on Jorginho if he becomes a free agent, which I could see. I do think Jorginho fits their style of play well. In terms of what Simon Phillips said, I understand contract talks going quiet because I don't think he's played at a level where you should be starting contract negotiations, and he's already going to have the leverage in them anyway. He shouldn't be negotiating potentially more money or something like that when you're not playing at that level consistently yet. I said I don't want Mount to get a contract extension or Mendy because I don't think either of them have been in good enough form for it. And the same is for Jorginho. Potter seems to have faith in him because he started him in the first game. He started him as captain as well. Actually, no, he didn't. It was vice captain. He had him for the press conference. Forgot as he started. But he does seem to have had faith in him as well. Maybe playing under a new manager might revitalize him. And if he does, he'll put himself in a good position for those contract negotiations. But right now, like, I wouldn't be talking to him about negotiations. He hasn't been playing good enough. Like I like Jorginho and everything like that, but I'm not going to say someone who's in poor form should be talking about getting a new contract. Not right now. You got to focus on being consistent first. Let me know what you guys are saying anyway. I'm going to send the link out in about 5-10 minutes. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be on it for too long anyway. We got over 200 of you guys in here though. Big up, smash the like and subscribe button. Press the bell notification, all of that. Drop a super chat if you want to help the channel. And yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts. Silva needs a 3-year extension. I think Silva's gone this summer. I remember when he re-signed last year, there was some source, I forgot who said it, but someone said that he was going to stay next year and then go back to Brazil, probably back to his boyhood club and retire there. Which, more power to him if he does. I think he could stay in England for another year, potentially 2, potentially, but he wouldn't be a first-team player at that point. But I think he could stay here if he wanted to. I just don't think he would. I don't think he would. I'm sure Chucky Mecca gets some game time this year. Kante and Jorginho need to go. Both of them do need to be phased out for other options, but if they wanted to stay as depth, I'd keep them. I've already said with N'Golo Kante, I do think he's good depth for us. As long as you don't use him regularly and you save him for certain games, I think you get the best out of him and you preserve him for another year or two. What else is everyone saying? I said Sidewinder, show him the door. We need another DM first before we can do that. Maybe if Zakaria shows some promise in that position, he could be our long-term option. I don't know. But I think he's meant to be more of an 8 than a 6. I can't tell you. I haven't even seen him play for us. So, until then, I'm not so sure. But if he can be that player for us, then fine. Jorginho's at the age where you do need to start looking for other options. I said I wanted a DM regardless of whether Jorginho stays or goes, but I do think he could still be decent depth for us. I still stand by that. I'd rather have Silva than that. I get that, but I don't think Silva's going to stay. I think he wants to go next season. And if he does, fair enough. Aspi, I think it was a dressing room signing, which, fair enough, I understand. I still think if you don't use him a lot, you could get something out of him. But yeah, a pay rise was a bit mad. It was a little bit mad. Oh yeah, in January we're going for DMs anyway. So then that sorts it. If Alvarez comes in and he hits the ground running, he fits into the team perfectly, then that would be your long-term Jorginho replacement. Right there. I don't mind Jorginho being out the squad. It's just I want the team to be able to play well if that happens. I don't know, especially with the option that we have right now, if that's possible. I really don't know. On to N'Golo Kante as well. I saw from Fabrizio a few days ago. I think he said it on his podcast. Chelsea are in real danger of losing N'Golo Kante. Very quiet at the moment, and if it continues like this, it's a serious chance he leaves. Graham Potter and the new director will need to discuss together with Todd Bowley to decide. I don't see Chelsea offering Kante a long-term contract, no longer than 2 years, and this is why we need to keep an eye on the situation. We spoke about this a few days ago as well, and it sounded like Kante wanted a 3+1 year deal. And to me, I still think a happy medium is 2+1, with the second year being paid based on appearances and stuff like that. I don't think Kante should leave under any circumstance, but he shouldn't be a first team option that we continuously rely on. We need to bring in a replacement option for Kante as much as we do need to for Jorginho as well. Again, remains to be seen if any of our other midfield options could be that, but the only one that I have a question mark about is Zakaria. Gallagher can't do it. Ruben takes way too many touches and isn't a Kante type player anyway. I don't know. All depends on if Chelsea go in the market for one, but if Kante wants 3+1 and he wants to stand by that, then I think we're going to have to see N'Golo Kante leave because there's no way you keep him for 3 years. Not unless he takes a crazy pay cut. And I think he has to take a pay cut even if he takes a 2+1. You can't be paying someone who can only turn up for one game in 5 260k a week. Makes absolutely no sense. What else are you guys saying? Zakaria definitely deserves a chance. Like, until I see him play, I can't say anything too positive or negative about him because I don't know nothing about the player. Like, I know he had a bad spell at Juve and he's a bit injury prone, but is a good destroyer and is apparently a decent box to box as well. But have to see. Everyone's arguing about Tuchel in the comment section. Let the guy go. Let the guy go, man. Don't need to keep arguing about whether he needs to stay or leave. Like, he's left. Don't need to cry about whether it was the right move or not. Like, I think he was treated harshly. I'll stand by that, but it is what it is. Sometimes you get treated harshly in this game. Like, we sacked Jose Mourinho twice, and both of them was a bit harsh. Well, the second one wasn't really that harsh, but it was still mad. We brought Kante in to start the 18-19 season, and then we sacked him like 8 days into the start of the new season. Like, we are a heartless football club. It is what it is. Big up Clicks. Yeah, we managed to find something to talk about. Thank God. Drop in any topics you guys want to discuss as well in the comment section. We can go through that for a little bit. I might send the link out as well. See what everyone's on. I don't know who's going to be about or whatever, but we'll see. We'll see. I think I forgot to tell half of these guys that we were going live anyway, but we move. I don't think a lot of people turn up. Bear with me. While I'm doing this, guys, just run the likes up. It would be massively appreciated. Cool. This international break's gonna stink. We should do. I might do like England watch-alongs or something, just to get through the international break because it is a bit wank. We were booming, and then everything in the world happened, and football's been postponed. It's all been long, but we move. Right, what's everyone saying? I said let Tuchel go, just like Todd B did. That's not funny, man. That's not funny. But big up yourself, man. It says something else. Zakaria got subbed for Chukwuemeka, our only DM in that Brighton game. What does it say? I don't get what that Chukwuemeka was that good, or if it's about not playing with Jorginho, then I think it was only fringe players that played that game. But I don't even know. I don't know. Oh shit! The Madrid derby's on right now. Can't be asked. Will our defense handle Haaland when the time comes? We will see. I mean, the good thing about playing Man City in Boxing Day is that our defense has enough time to get an understanding of each other. But this Haaland guy's fucking ridiculous. I will say, I definitely took an L when I said he needs time to adapt. Definitely took an L on that. But we'll hold it. We'll hold it. Man said, why are you smiling? You're a dickhead. You're a dickhead. I thought I held that one in as well, but we move. Man, still arguing about Tuchel. Jay, let it rest, bro. Tuchel's gone. You got what you wanted. It's all good. Discuss Tammy's miss. I haven't even seen Tammy's miss. What is it? Is it that bad or something? Let me have a look. I can't play it on here because I'll get copyrighted. He's got copyrighted me for like a minute of pixelated Premier League footage, so I definitely won't be able to get away with Serie A. But let me see. I don't think I can find it on the timeline. If anyone has it, let me know. But oh wait, I think I've seen it now. Ah, Yeah, that's a terrible touch. It's like he toe poked it. Did he toe poke that? Because it doesn't look like he tries to place it. He's 1-on-1. Ah, it's poor. It's poor. We move. Pokey Doku wants a link. Alright, cool. Everyone in the comments, let me know what Cobham player you think he's going to talk about. Trust me, man. I did not get why we were doing an international break as well as a World Cup in the middle of this. It makes no sense. And now we've got another 2 games that we've got postponed. The players have even less rest now. It's ridiculous. Pokey, what are you saying, bro?
Yes, man. You good, Lewis?
Yeah, I'm good. What are you telling me?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, just watched the women's game in it. Took it out, but they'll be back in it.
What was the score? 2-1?
2-1. Yeah, they scored 2 penalties.
Oh, jammy bastards!
Yeah, I know it's lucky, but yeah. What are the talking points? Obviously, the what's the director of football's name again? Friend.
Christoph Freund. I think.
Yeah, that guy. I think Todd Bowley would like to get 2. That's my thing. Because I think the Friend guy is a specialist for scouting younger players, which could work. You never know. And I think he might get another one to scout more experienced players. So we'll just see how that works, innit?
I mean, have to wait and see. I can't speculate too much on how they're going to work at Chelsea. I do think it's going to be a big challenge for him because he hasn't taken a club of this magnitude yet. But we're doing a long-term project right now, so there's going to be ups and downs in the backroom staff and with the manager as well. So I'm willing to take the risk. I think it can work. I guess.
It just depends how long term this project is. Because, like I said, Arsenal's project only took 3 years. So how long term is this project gonna be? That's my only question. Because they realistically shouldn't really.
Well,
take
the project all depends on the manager, and it's about how long does the manager get.
Ooh.
But to do that, you got to speculate how it's going to go, how it's going to work, and we don't know that yet. If he has a tough time, he's probably going to get the end of next season at the earliest.
It depends how bad it is. Like, I think if he's like 5th, like around top 4, I don't think he'll ever get sacked. But if I think he's like low table, he might get sacked.
He's not going to get sacked anytime soon unless
he won't get sacked this season.
Off top 4 or some madness. And even then, I don't think they sack him until it goes on for like a few months.
Yeah, but about top 4, I don't think we're getting top 4 this season, based off what I've been seeing of the other teams, man.
I get it, but we still haven't seen Potter in the league, so can't say anything yet.
Yes,
I don't blame you being worried about Spurs and Arsenal, maybe even United. I don't know, but can't say anything yet. We could look amazing under Potter after a month.
Yeah, it's not that, but I just don't trust these players, man.
Yeah, the players are shit, but like Tuchel got them to a Champions League.
Yeah, but that's knockout.
That's because Tuchel's a world-class manager.
And also, Champions League's knockout football.
Fair enough, but we don't know what Potter's capable of yet.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, we're speculating a lot. It could be terrible. It could actually be really good.
No, I'm not saying it will be bad. I'm just saying what I've seen from other teams around us, they look miles better than us.
Well, yeah, because like we've been in the middle of a rebuild and we didn't have a good window. And I get they look better than us now. And the one thing I was waiting was for European football, and Arsenal still actually look fucking good, which is jarring.
The way they,
you never know. Like, I think it'll be tight in general. I don't expect any of these guys to stay consistent.
Lewis, the Arsenal weren't going to fuck up like now with European football. It's when it gets towards the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and they're having to play their first team midweek, and then play their first team at the weekend, or rotate and play a weekend team at the weekend, and they start getting injuries. That's when their team will start fucking up. But Kante at Spurs, like again, it's Kante. Things could start getting toxic and blow up. I think Man United will do really well, to be fair. But then again, when they go deep in European competitions in Europa League, it will start telling what their squad is really like. The only thing for us is like if we don't top this group, which I don't think we're doing anyway, I would rather we finish fourth altogether. I don't want to be in
Really?
Europa
I'd be
because our
surprised
squad,
if
our
first.
no, but
Beating
we
Milan
won't finish.
hard.
That's my point. We won't finish first. I'd rather finish fourth because I don't want to. Like, honestly, because I don't want to finish second, come out of the group, and then face a tough tie in the round of 16 and get battered. That's not going to do well for morale. And I don't want to finish third, go into the Europa League, and then we go into the like semi-finals or quarterfinals. So I think the squad's good enough to do that. And then we're having to rotate for Premier League games, and we don't have a good enough squad rotating and picking results.
Yeah, Prime
Rather
Connection's
top
moving
the
a bit mad.
or we just finish fourth and just.
Something about finishing fourth?
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
cutting
what
in.
did you? Can you?
Yeah, you're
Nah,
cutting
you're
out.
cutting in and out, my guy. We can barely hear you.
Okay, hold on.
No
So,
worries, bro.
saying that
Jump
though,
out and back
I,
in.
I don't I
Fucking
don't think
hell,
it's
that was
I
loud.
don't think it's impossible being AC Milan. I just don't. I don't know.
I don't know, because Flawless said they don't look that good from the games he's watched. I haven't
Now,
seen a lot of Milan this
I've
season.
seen a couple games, obviously because of Tomori, but I don't know. I just need to see more of Potter. That's the thing. I wish it would have
Thing, like Milan might not be that good from what they're saying, but even if that's the case, it's not like we've been that good.
I wish it would have
We're always
streamed
gonna be
that
like,
Brighton game, man. Or at
what was
least
that?
I wish I would have streamed that game or released highlights, man. They
Come
always
on, we're
do that.
still waiting for them QPR highlights from
Oh
lockdown.
yeah, that 7-1
Come
game.
on, man.
And
We ain't
Billy
never
Gil-
gonna see that.
I don't know why
No
they
shot.
I don't know why they hold back the footage, man. Release it to the public, man.
I don't know why either. I want to see Chukwuemeka's goals.
Yeah,
Plus, I
yeah,
want to know
yeah.
who actually played well in that game.
Yeah, because
Yeah, Flawless said they ain't nothing special.
you never know. Players like Ziyech, Pulisic, they could have got assists. Loftus-Cheek could have had a good game. The defense could have been solid. Kepa could have been good, but we don't know. All we know is Chukwuemeka scored 2. That's what the context we have.
Wait. So who played it actually? Because I forgot.
I think the lineup.
It was just fringe players.
I heard the lineup was like in goal Kepa, a back three of Chalobah, Koulibaly, and Fofana. Then I think Chilwell, RLC, Zakaria, and Gallagher played. Then Ziyech, Broja, and Pulisic were the front three. And I heard Chukwuemeka came on at half time for Zakaria.
Fucking hell, our fringe players and are just deep. We still couldn't get a goal out of our attackers. This stinks.
Yeah, it's peak. It's peak.
Oh my god.
I'm hearing Potter likes Broja a lot.
Well, nice, but play him more, please.
Yeah, that's the one thing you can't.
Fucking hell, all he needs is an opportunity.
You can't say you like a player but not just play him. Like, what's the point?
I mean, we've seen so many managers do it. I
Really
like
do.
this guy, warms bench. Saw Cho's quotes about Tuchel as well. Where he's like, what do I have to do to get into the squad and everything like that? I bet he wasn't the only attacker that thought that.
Yeah, bare attacks would have thought that. Pulisic, Ziyech, even
Pulisic, Ziyech, Werner,
Lukaku.
Yeah, probably Lukaku at a point, but fuck him anyway. Even if Paul wants him back, fuck him.
Yeah, man. Is he? I saw he's not even doing that well at Syria.
Who?
Is he injured right now? Lukaku.
Yeah, I haven't seen him play for a few weeks now.
I was going to say what's happening.
I don't know. Probably injured himself pressing or something.
If he's injured and he comes back, that's peak for us, man. But yeah, I'm just saying, hopefully next season, my dream window is Rice and Kunku.
What happens when Alvarez comes in and Zakaria balls out and suddenly we don't need Declan Rice?
I'll give you context in it. Let's say Alvarez comes in. Let's say he's the Jorginho replacement, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kante's not gonna be here for long, so you're still gonna have to replace him. That's where Rice comes in, isn't it?
I hate you that you made logical sense of that.
Exactly, because then you have 2 good DMs rotation.
Well, I'm not even thinking of DM. It's just that Kante, Rice is more box to box.
Yeah.
So like, I get what you're saying, where one would sit and one would go forward.
Yeah,
Although
exactly.
you know what I've said with fucking Rice. If that price tag got halved, suddenly I haven't got any issues.
I hear that.
You guys hear me?
Cost too much.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're better now.
Yeah. Oh, Rice. It's like
Oh, and J Cam says best DM option as well. Probably Alvarez.
if Rice is like I'll be okay with like a 70, 75 now.
Yeah, I think that 70 mil.
Because when you look at it, right, I think he's better than Alvarez from what I've seen, and I think he's much better than Bellingham. And if you're saying 100 mil for Bellingham, yeah, if you're saying the likes of 100 mil for Bellingham and stuff like that, which I don't even think Bellingham's the right profile for us anyways, but whatever, then why not pay 70 or 75 for Rice? It's when you start looking in the 150 mil price tag that's
where it gets hefty. But my thing is, if we were willing to pay like 60 for Anthony Gordon, then I don't think 70 is that deep for Rice.
No, it's not. But Rice is not going to cost 70.
I think next season he'll have 2 years left, and I heard next season he's a gentleman's agreement with West Ham to leave. That's what I heard, innit? So you never know.
Yeah, but they don't have to get rid of him.
They don't, but an agreement's an agreement.
No, if it's a gentleman's agreement, then it's not written down. It doesn't mean anything.
They got Marshall.
Yeah, true. But I still think if we offered them 70 mil, I don't think they'll say no.
No, they would have, because he's worth more than that. At least to them, anyway, he's worth more than that.
True. But yeah, also with Rice, I'd also get Nkunku. I'd get who else would I get next window? I'd get Rafael Leao.
Leao
in January.
No,
not in
summer.
January. Oh, no, he said next window. Yeah, no, next summer window.
Yeah.
Next summer window.
I'd bring back Tarek
Need
Lamptey.
a greater first and foremost over anything.
Mm-hmm.
True, man.
I think creator, Leao and Nkunku can be 2 elite creators.
Mm.
Rate that Leao, because I've watched Leao for the past couple of seasons and stuff.
Leao's a baller, man.
The rate he creates that, man, is phenomenal.
But I think that'd be such a hard transfer to get, man.
No, kind of.
No, because he'd have 1 year left on his contract. Wouldn't be too hard. It was hard to do it this summer.
I think he might sign a new contract though. I think he might sign a new contract.
Why? When he could literally go to a bigger club. I don't think he would.
Is Chelsea a bigger club than AC Milan?
Well, okay, no, let's not say bigger, better. My bad.
Okay,
Wrong choice.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, fair enough. Better club though. He could go to a better club.
Yeah, but
and don't forget he's won Serie A already.
Yeah, true.
Like realistically, what more is he going to win?
Thing is, they have new owners. AC Milan just got new owners, and I thought it would mean that they're going to like give him a new contract and start building, to be one of the best teams in the world again. But someone was telling me about how they're American owners and stuff, and how they might try to like make a profit on him now or something. I don't know. I don't think that might be true, but like the fact that we're trying to negotiate and we've been trying to get him, like, shows something. And I think we might, because when you look at the other teams in the world, they really like Real Madrid won't really buy him because they don't need him on that side. Man United won't. City, well, actually, he did inquire, to be fair, but we'll see.
And with Leao as well, because I don't watch him week in, week out. Can he play? His best position's on the left, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So would that mean
he played on the right?
Yeah. Would that mean Raheem Sterling would have to move on the right?
Yeah, Sterling can play on either side.
Yeah, of course.
But I like
Sterling's best on the right anyway. Let him go there.
I like Sterling more cutting inside, but You never know.
If Leao can do it and do it better, then fine. Like, it's just quality on both sides.
Yeah. Oh, boo-hoo.
Oh no! Suddenly we have too much quality up front.
Do you know what Leao will bring? He'll bring that eye test, man. I've been praying for eye test on our attack for so long, you know.
No. Leao will bring consistency. It's not just eye test. It's consistency because Havertz brings
eye test as well, man.
He stinks.
No, Havertz is not eye test.
No, I don't care. No, I don't care about eye. No one cares. No, bro. Honestly, no one cares about eye test. Just be consistent. And that's what Leao is. It's consistent.
Yeah, but like to me, eye test is consistency.
You want to enjoy
someone in each game. Even if the stats don't show it, the eye test does.
Like the way Leao.
No, I want. You know what I want to enjoy? I want to enjoy winning trophies at the highest level.
Yeah,
that's what I want to enjoy. And Leao will bring that.
I believe both does that. Like a little bit of column A, little bit of column B.
Who do you rather watch, Salah or Leao?
Fucking Leao, bruv.
Exactly. That's the eye test.
Every day.
That means nothing. They got. But again, but you're saying eye test. Havertz is also eye test. I don't care about eye test.
Gosh.
The forwards we've had for the past few seasons have been eye test merchants and done nothing. I don't care. I just want consistency.
Really? I wouldn't say.
If you look great on the ball, that's fine. If you look great on the ball, that's fine.
Any eye test merchants in attack? I don't think we got any.
I wouldn't say that,
bro. That's what our fan base praised Havertz and Ziyech for being eye test merchants, and they've done nothing.
Ziyech is not. Neither of them are eye test merchants. The eye tests will show you they suck.
Bro, and Lewis, that's my point. Like, produce for me. I don't care how good your eye test is or how good you look on the eye. Just produce as well, and that's what Leao does. He looks great and he produces.
Yeah, that's the point.
But that's my point. I'm not looking at it just eye test. I don't care how good you look on the ball. Produce for me. That's what Leao does.
I was agreeing with you.
Yeah, but don't call it. You're disrespecting him. You're disrespecting him by calling him an eye test.
I never called him an eye test.
That was Poku that called him.
No,
I know. That's what I'm saying. Don't do that.
No, I said he would bring the eye test. That's what I said.
No, he doesn't. He brings it consistency.
Yes, with the eye test
he
as well.
Brings both.
He brings both.
Can we agree on that?
Stop. I know, but don't disrespect it. I've been watching him for too long. Don't disrespect that.
Right, Tucheliban says I'd much rather get Vlahovic over Nkunku. Just get both. Get both. Vlahovic is a good striker. He's just one that needs service.
You just know that Nkunku's not a goal scorer. He's more of a creator than a goal scorer. Last season was just like an anomaly.
Give me the goal scorer in Vlahovic. Give me the creator in Nkunku, and we can cook good food.
Yeah.
Give me Sterling on the left, and I'm happy.
To be fair, Leao and Vlahovic would actually work together because Vlahovic is kind of like what Giroud is slightly, and Giroud and Leao is a dangerous combination in this area. So, maybe.
Yeah. Leao, Vlahovic, and Nkunku, Sterling.
I'm just saying.
Good food. Good food.
Sterling and Nkunku, Leao. That's a tasty front three with Hudson-Odoi off the bench. Jesus.
Who?
We're cooking.
Man, it's just scrape Hudson-Odoi into that.
Nah, relax. I'm just saying.
You know that? Oh, speaking of which, you know that Leverkusen guy?
Stitch.
No, he's a winger.
Diaby.
Yeah, we're linked with him, so Hudson-Odoi is staying at Leverkusen.
Get both in it.
I get both. I mean, Hudson-Odoi stinks, so.
Yeah, Hudson-Odoi staying. Tobola likes him.
He said
I said he stinks.
Oh, stinks. Yeah, but I only like Hudson-Odoi, but back the Odoi.
What makes you think that?
Because he forced Hudson-Odoi not to. Well, he didn't put a buyback clause on the contract, in it. And he's
a buyback clause. You can't have a buyback clause in the loan deal.
No, buy option. A buy option.
Okay, that doesn't mean he rates him. That just means that he sees him as loan fodder.
No, he doesn't. he said to Hudson-Odoi.
Hey! Bowley came in, and one of the first things he did was ship him out. So I don't know. It shows something.
No,
he sold Werner, put Lukaku on loan, and let Cho go on loan. Three of the biggest problems at our football club. I rate it, man. I respect him.
Cho wasn't a big problem.
I chose a bigger problem than Lukaku and Werner, so yeah.
That's an L.
Okay.
I don't know how you're able to spin that one, but fair enough.
Exactly. That's an L, man.
Hey, and Cho not being able to take on his man is not an L. Okay, whatever. Say what you want to say.
Have you been watching him? Actually?
Say what you want to say. Cho hasn't completed a take on, man, in the Bundesliga, but whatever. In Werner's Bundesliga, don't give Cho prop when he's in Werner's Bundesliga.
Well, like I said, if you watch a 90-minute game of Hudson-Odoi, you can see he takes on people, but
I mean that's not what it produces. The stats don't say he does, but what?
Yeah, but if it was going off Twitter stats,
yes, Marshall.
Big up, Lewis.
Then judge you off that. Don't just watch.
Well, I mean, I've watched him at Chelsea for 4 seasons.
Yeah, with limited game time, man.
Doku, I have a question for you. Are you one of these people that are Havertz out?
I give him the season, innit?
And then after the season, if he doesn't perform, he's out for you?
Yeah, I would say.
Yep.
So you're willing to give Callum Hudson-Odoi time, but you're not willing to give Kai Havertz time? Callum Hudson-Odoi has been here since what? Sorry, he's been playing he's played in and out of the team multiple times. He's never really stepped up to the.
You have to give context to that. How many games has Havertz played compared to Hudson-Odoi?
We could check the stats. Probably not as many as Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi has had many chances.
I think Havertz has played more.
He started more consistently. He started more consistently. That's it.
And also, like when you give more context, has Havertz not shown more to be given more time? Like in both of their careers, they're both quite young. In their careers, because they're both quite young, Havertz has shown a lot more.
I don't want Havertz sold, to be honest.
And I'm someone
who
hates Havertz, by the way, as well.
I don't want Havertz sold. You just asked me the question, so I just answered.
I just asked because that seems to be the hot trend right now that people want Havertz out. And personally, I'm willing to give him time because I'm a Havertz sexual, but I'm willing to admit when he's shit, and he's been shit recently. So, but Callum Hudson-Odoi has been shit for a while.
I thought he was decent for last.
He's not been shit on loan.
I think he's been shit for the last 7-8 months past.
Bro, he's been shit. He's been shit since March, to be honest.
Nah, he was alright in the last 2 games.
Havertz has been okay the last few games.
Bro, that guy.
No one wants to talk about it.
He was good for 20 minutes against Salzburg, and then just turned to shit again.
Wait. C1, did you come on here to defend your boy?
Nah, bro, I just came on in general, bro. Just on this hope everyone's good.
He was shit.
I just said he was shit, bro.
No. I was talking about who's that IC3 merchant, Cho?
Oh, Cho, he's been alright, bro.
Yeah, exactly. He's actually been alright. If you actually watch games.
Let's see. Havertz has had 100 games under Chelsea.
Why did I watch the
You're basing it off Twitter stats.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
Prime one shit.
No, it's not Twitter stats. It's what I've seen of him. He's not good, but whatever. Back him.
No, you said Hudson-Odoi hasn't taken a man in the Bundesliga.
Back him.
And I said that's false.
I said he hasn't completed a dribble pass.
Yes, which is false. If you watch,
I mean, the stats say different. But what's fine.
Prime.
The stats say different, but that's fine. Whatever. What is
Prime. The last game he completed 3 dribbles, bro.
Yeah, Bundesliga tax, bro. Why can't he do that at the Premier League? We've been we've been crying for him to do it in the Premier League, and he just passed back merchants.
I wanted to do a Premier League loan. It pissed me off that he went to fucking Bundesliga instead. Tuchelaban says Cho is an academy player. Havertz was bought for 70 million. You tell me who the biggest flop is here.
They're not flops, yeah. Neither of them are flops.
Jay, I sent you the link, didn't I? Let me
Lewis,
know if I didn't.
You know why that doesn't run? Lewis, you know why that doesn't run? Because Bayern wanted to buy him for like 75 mil. So Bayern wanted to buy Cho for 75 mil.
That was before he was injured, by the way.
Cho's price tag. You can't treat him as an academy product to what his price tag is. Because that's what everyone.
What's his price
tag? I think both.
That's what people want to do with Havertz and Lukaku, right?
Bro, they're both.
There's no point debating Cho and Havertz. Both have been flops.
Yeah,
exactly.
Let's be serious, man. The whole attack has been shit about Sterling, man.
Yeah.
fair.
This guy's got fucking 6 GNA in 8 games, and he plays next to Havertz and Mount every game. If that doesn't show your ability, then I don't know what does. He still managed to keep his scoring rate up.
Yeah, but I still don't think our attack is as bad as some people say. But
it's pretty bad outside of Raheem Sterling. I'm not gonna lie.
I think individually, all our attackers are decent players. That was my point.
Mm-hmm.
That's my point.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I feel like people are being very critical of Havertz in recent games. Not really like it's kind of the same thing with Ziyech in a sense. Like I have this weird issue with the Chelsea fan base that it seems that we all have this like agenda against him where we talk so much shit about the attack not creating shit, being pass back merchants and all this, not even trying to attempt anything on goal, creating at all. But then Ziyech comes and creates and nothing comes of it, but then we criticize him for like, oh, this guy looked terrible even though he was crossing the ball and taking shots on target and all that. We're talking about Ziyech, bro.
Oh shit. Still, why are you backing Havertz for? Because you like him. That doesn't make any sense.
We'll talk about Ziyech.
How
I like him.
sense? No, but I only came on here because of this guy defending Havertz. How can you defend Havertz, bro? He's 70 plus million, 4 goals and 8 PL goals in 2 seasons. Haaland's already on course to break it in less than 15 matches. How are you defending this guy? This is
he hasn't been bad.
We know he's not going to bang. We know he's not going to bang. This is Chelsea, blood. This is not Arsenal.
All right, I gotta ask just so I can like get a like a feel for the waters here. Do you like Mason Mount? Do you defend Mason Mount? Are you a Mason Mount fan?
I don't like Mason Mount. No.
Okay. Do you want Mason Mount out the club? Do you want Mason Mount out the club? Like you want Havertz out the club?
Bench. He needs to hold bench.
So you're saying Mason and Havertz needs to hold bench?
They need to hold bench. Yeah.
Okay, as long as you're keeping it consistent, because I have some people out here that are like, exactly.
No, tell me, why would I defend Mount? No, please tell me, why would I defend him?
Because there's deluded Chelsea fans out there. I just need to test the waters to see if you're one of them.
Yeah, but why would I? We're Chelsea. Both of them are not performing when they should.
Yeah, I agree.
And how are you still there?
Who would you bench them both for?
Who
would you bench them both for?
So Havertz, yeah. So with Mount, yeah. I bet. So what position do you think he's going to play mostly now on the part?
See, we played a 3-man midfield and we played him in an 8, and I didn't think he was that bad there.
He wasn't bad in an 8. He's definitely better. That was his best game this season, which isn't saying much.
Exactly. By a mile, but it's like the bar's literally in hell.
Man, summer, yeah, I'm telling you. Because in the summer, if I don't see players if I see Mount and Havertz holding, starting, yeah, honestly, it's gonna be hard, man.
You have to let Mount.
Huh?
If Mount starts, that's not a problem. Like,
how is it no problem?
I think that is a problem, bro. What are you talking about?
Depends on the position. As an 8,
as an 8, I don't have a problem with Mount starting.
In a 3-man midfield as an 8, that's it. I don't want to see him in a pivot. I don't want to see him in the front 3. I don't want to see him at wing back or anything like that.
Yeah, sure.
But at least I know where I can see the best out of Mount. We have tried Havertz and shadow striker as the number 9, as a winger,
hey, flawless
10 as an 8, and he has stunk every position.
Lewis,
and that's why it's like even though both have been trash, I at least know where I can see Mount excel and excel consistently.
Yeah,
I can't see that with Kai.
See, like with Havertz, I have to say this. Like the reason I defend him is because we've all seen his brilliant moments, and we've seen.
When? Let him talk, bro. Let him talk.
Sorry,
okay, first of all, easy example: Champions League, of course. Everyone says that, right? Then there's
Real Madrid,
and there's Real Madrid. Exactly, Real Madrid. Then against Everton, when Ancelotti was still the manager of Everton.
Newcastle.
His first few games, Newcastle. His first few games under Tuchel. To be honest, like Havertz, the beginning of last season was terrible. Towards the end of last season, it was a lot better. Liverpool,
Marshall,
like you can name. There's some brilliant patches.
I just see a cycle.
What do you mean? I'm telling you, these are brilliant. Like you can look them up. You can look at the stats.
I hear you. I hear you.
I'm not saying he's worth the price. I'm just saying he's had brilliant moments, and like people like to defend Cho and his brilliant moments, even though he's been shit for the most of the time in Chelsea career. Havertz has the same examples.
That's not true. That's not true.
Havertz.
Wait. Marshall, can I ask? Sorry.
No, let me finish. No.
No.
Let me finish.
Marshall, which Robin?
No. Let me say something. No. Let me say something.
I just want to ask which Robin.
No, bro. Wait. Let me finish.
Which Robin?
Let me finish.
Second.
Bro.
Prime second.
Okay. What?
Oh, the second leg.
Havertz
You mean when we won the Champions League?
Oh my god.
Jay, what were you saying, bro?
Okay, 75 million, yeah. Okay, all the other players were
72.
were not his price. Why do you think most people are gonna blame him? The price actually means something, yeah. One UCL, if he did not score that UCL goal, this guy would have had the most hair of everybody. You're picking all these individual. It's true.
But Jay, what do you think I'm saying? You think I'm saying he was worth the price? He's great. Like, no, I'm just saying you can see the potential in him.
You're backing him like
he didn't pick his price
like
well,
he was ever consistent, though. That's the thing. How can you back such a horrendous player, bro? We used to have Costa.
He's not horrendous.
Did I not say he's been shit this season, and he was shit in the beginning of the last season? I call it like it is. I love Havertz, but I call it like it is. He's not horrendous.
Havertz is not good at anything, bro.
He's not a bum.
Can you? Did you watch the game? Did you watch us when we played Leicester and we were 10 men down? How good Havertz looked when Mason Mount was taken off the pitch? Or are we going to ignore that?
What?
No, he played well in that second half.
Oh, thank you, Lewis. Someone paid attention.
I don't like Havertz, but I'll say when he plays well.
Exactly. That's the same thing. I love Havertz, but I'll say it when he plays like shit. And he's been shit this season. I'm not disagreeing with you, Jay.
You love somebody who's dead. That doesn't make sense, bro.
Bro, half the fan base loves somebody who barely done shit because they look at his GNA last year. So what's your point? I have favorites, okay?
You have what kind of argument is this? Because he's your favorite.
Jake, everyone has an argument.
What kind of argument is that? Because you like him? Can we talk some actual facts, bro? Like,
what do you think my argument is, Jay?
Take away your
tell me what my argument is, because I'm not arguing shit.
So you're only gonna back him because you love him, yeah?
Yeah, but Jay, you're making out like Havertz is his bum. You know? He's an okay footballer. Let's be real.
How is he okay? What is he?
He has his moments.
What is he good at? Okie dokie. What is he good at?
I am so on the fence here.
What is he good at? He can't
Let's be real.
He's 6'3", can't head off.
That's what I do, Lewis. I put people on the fence on Havertz.
He shoots like he's shooting a balloon. Yeah. What is he good at? What is he good at?
I say Havertz has a lot of technical ability, in my opinion.
Oh my, fuck off, man. All right, go on.
That's not what he said. And unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. He asked me what he's good at. Answer.
What is he good at? This guy's not good at nothing for 75 million.
My man's good at being silky. That's what he's good at.
72.
He can't even take on players, bro.
A man said technical ability and silky. I want to know what he's good at. Tell me.
Thank you, bro.
I think this is the thing. This is why I like Potter as an appointment. We've seen that Potter can get the best out of players. The man motherfucker fucking put McAllister, who is a 10, as a DM and made him look brilliant. I'm hoping that with Potter, with time, we can actually see, because I feel like Havertz has close to being like excelling at one category of his gameplay, but he hasn't had the manager to really show him that. Potter has a history of getting the best out of players. I'm hoping that Potter will make him good at one thing, and hopefully it's in a number 10 position, because that's where I want to see more of Havertz. That's where I want to see him when he has space, when he has more freedom. That's when he does his magic, which
we saw
he hasn't really had that.
We saw that with Salzburg.
And just to point something out, the Dinamo Zagreb game, Havertz didn't look too bad. But one thing I noticed about that game that people don't pay attention to, that pitch was humongous.
Oh my!
Havertz
No
had
way.
so much.
Come
Havertz,
on.
Man, can you let me land? I'm not even saying like, oh, we're bad because fucking Stamford Bridge. Look, it plays a factor. When you have space, you look at how he plays in Bundesliga. You look at the comp reel. You look at how good Timo was in Bundesliga. Fuck, even say, look at how good Cho was in Bundesliga right now. When you have like the bigger picture and you have more space, you're allowed more creativity. So Havertz in that Zagreb game didn't look too bad because he had more space. You could you could say that maybe he is hindered a little bit when he plays at Chelsea because Stamford Bridge is a lot smaller of a pitch. And then you can make the argument that he's not good for the Prem. So I'll give it to you there.
Quietly, Tuchel complained about that a few months back.
And people don't talk about the difference when Havertz was on the pitch when we were attacking to when Loftus-Cheek came on. In the last game.
Are we criticizing Loftus-Cheek right now? Because I find it hard to do that.
I'm just going to say this quickly, yeah. If these attackers don't improve under Potter, just leave the club. Just leave the club. Just leave.
Everyone.
Save yourself the game. Just leave.
C1, I'm telling you now.
Other than Mount,
will not improve.
Bro, not even that.
They will not improve.
I'm not saying they will, but I'm saying if they don't, just save yourself the pain and leave.
No, me, I already.
You can't say they straight up won't improve though.
No, they wouldn't, bro. I'm telling you.
How do you know? How do you know?
You know what these guys will do. Do you know what these attackers will do? They'll go on a little purple patch of form. Well, they'll look brilliant and will beat a few big teams. And we'll be like, oh, they're back. Havertz. Oh, it was just Tuchel's fault. Oh, Pulisic and Ziyech. See, it was all Tuchel. These guys are falling out. And then these guys will truly fall off that cliff and go back to their actual, they'll perform well for a little bit and they start stinking out to join again. And we won't be able to get them. They'll play. Doku, shut up. They'll play for a big contract or whatever. They'll do the same cycle over and over. I don't want Potter to get blinded by these guys performing well for a few months. These guys have to go. They all have to go.
Who? All of them.
Yeah.
Who's all of them?
From top to bottom.
Ziyech, Havertz, Mount.
Ziyech absolutely is number one.
Pulisic.
On the list.
Ziyech and
Havertz.
Look, I agree with that sentiment just because he wants out of the club. But let's say Potter actually starts starting him and playing him often and not benching him when he has a run of games. Ziyech, do we want to say he's out too? Let's get it right. Like, of all of our attackers, Ziyech probably has the most talent outside of Raheem Sterling and maybe Aubameyang.
Yeah, that's a fact. I can't lie. That's a fact.
He's old. He's old as well.
Based on what?
He's nearly 30.
He ain't old, man.
He's 28, 29.
20, but he's on the back end. He's not exactly like one of the some of the youngsters we've got.
Ziyech's a one-trick pony, like.
He's not. He doesn't like playing at Chelsea. He can't play to his strengths at Chelsea. He's not destined. He's a good player when he's on form, but he'll never be on form at Chelsea. He had a few good games, scored a few good goals against Tottenham, but apart from that, what has he shown? I don't get it. All he shows recently.
How many goals did he score against Man City?
Like to play for Chelsea.
How many goals did he score against Man City?
2.
You tell me.
Ziyech
2
scored 2 goals against Man City. When we were beating Man City nonstop, why are we just talking about Tottenham? He scored against good opposition.
No, I'm crazy saying that his best performances, the best goals he scored for Chelsea have been against Tottenham.
We need consistent players, though.
He is inconsistent. He's consistently inconsistent.
Oh, how can he be consistent when he plays well and he gets benched under Tuchel?
He doesn't
If you gave him the chance to leave, he would leave. He wouldn't want to.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Do you want to recticify your career at Chelsea, or would you rather start anew or go back to
yeah, he'd probably say, I'm still going to Ajax or Milan.
I'm going. I don't know why anyone backs
fed up with it.
He doesn't want to play for Chelsea, so it's nothing against him. I like Ziyech as a person, as a player before his decline, which came seemingly out of nowhere. Because he had like a tricky start at the beginning, like many of the players that we signed in the time with like Havertz. Obviously, he's got his goal against Porto, but like with Werner and the rest of them. Ziyech then had like a massive like spike in his career at Chelsea, but then eventually just resorted to how he's always been at Chelsea. He's just one of those players that just has never amounted to what he could have been. It's sad that it never amounted to anything, but nothing against Ziyech. Again, I think he's an incredibly talented player, but it's not for him. Chelsea's not for him. I hate saying I really wanted him to do well at Chelsea. I really did.
I don't disagree. I personally think that last season would have been a great season for Ziyech, and unfortunately, Tuchel just didn't like him in his system. It's not what Tuchel was looking for, and as a result, he had to sit bench. Even though I think last season Ziyech could have arguably have been a starting attacker, and he would have done just fine, and maybe would have been okay last season.
For me, the thing with Ziyech is that he's not adaptable. Get the best out of him. You have to play a certain way, which is fine if you have the players.
Do you think that's true though, Prime? Because I've heard people say like, "Oh, we can only play him with 4 in the back," and we've seen him play 3 in the back just fine.
I finished.
Have we?
I'm not talking about just. I'm not talking about just formation. I mean system.
We'll get to
the thing is, we don't have. The thing is, when we put all of these attackers, they all excel in so many different systems that trying to mesh them all together just didn't work. That's also a big reason why they've underperformed. Why we need to get rid of them. If we're building towards
that's
something,
not a case of getting rid of
majority
all
of them
of
just
them.
are not going to thrive there. They need to go. Yeah, they just need to go. And with Ziyech, unfortunately, when you also factor in his age, when you also factor in Ziyech being 28, like we can't build towards him for a future because by the time we have built that squad, he'll be 30, 31. And he'll be old, and we'll need someone else.
You lot are saying about his age not being a factor as well, but it definitely does. It definitely does play a factor. Like he's in the position he plays. He's on the back end of his career. Sure, he's definitely got some good years ahead of him in wherever he ends up, but they're not going to be at the levels of Chelsea. That I know we're not doing great these days, but like we're still going to be a top elite club where he's wherever he ends up.
And plus, he's injured. No doubt
he's going to be good wherever he goes, but he's not. They're not going to be a Chelsea level side. I'm telling you that for free. He's not going to go to.
And plus, he's injury prone. Has no one not mentioned him being injury prone?
He's also got stinky mentality. He does have like the dirtiest, stinkiest mentality. Like when it doesn't go his way, he doesn't play. The fact, what I can't remember what game it was, but it was the last Premier League game we played where he was just like the cross he did first time. He just booted it over I think it was against Dinamo Zagreb, and it just like booted it like the first time cross, and I was like, "Fuck off! What are you doing?" Like, do you want to make it any more obvious you don't want to play for Chelsea? I just don't understand it.
The thing with Ziyech as well, like he's so heavy on his left foot. Like if you just take away that option to cut in, he's so useless.
I mean, Havertz is useless on his right foot as well, but let's not talk about
Havertz is useless at everything, bro.
Who was the one?
Two right foot.
Was it Marshall that was backing Havertz a minute ago before I came on?
Yeah, because he likes him.
Are you a minerals?
Oh, it's not even backing. The thing is,
with the minerals bullshit. You know what, man? You know what with this backstage bullshit.
Let's go backstage then, yeah.
Me and you, man. Let's go backstage.
Where did he come from?
No way you have that on the soundboard.
Of course I do, bro. Of course. Momentous occasion.
Play that again,
no, here's the thing. I think let's just clarify something. When we say I back Havertz, what I mean by that is that I'm not gonna be quick to sell him at the end of the season if he does perform or if he doesn't perform, because I think he's gonna come good. It's just not gonna be like amazing. Everyone's not going to be happy with it, but regardless, I think I'm giving him time.
Lewis, you got a clip.
You're happy with
That's rough. That's a tough question.
You're happy with an attacker who doesn't do his job, right?
I guess.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I want.
I like him. That's the thing. I like him. I'm not hiding away from the fact that I like him. But what I'm saying is that
you want to see him come out well.
I want to see him come out because I feel like what's going to happen. It's that little bit of paranoia that some Chelsea fans. I back the player, but I feel like he goes to another club and he's going to turn to Kevin De Bruyne. That's my fear, right? That we don't give him enough time. But hold on. What Lewis said. If he doesn't perform at the end of the season, I think I would let his contract run out. I don't know if I would sign him.
You'd let it run out.
Yeah, I wouldn't, or sell him. I guess that's a good question. I can't. No one asked me that question.
Marshall.
Who are you talking about?
And you can't resign
hold on.
That.
I didn't think about it that way because I can't resign him if he performs like shit at the end of the season. I can't resign him.
You're rewarding shit football with an extra pay rise because he will get an extension if he resigns.
Probably.
Who are we talking
Yeah.
about?
It's tough. I can't support that.
He's got 2 years left on his contract, so you'll be at a point where do you put him on the market
You're right.
as much as you can, or do you re-sign? And if you re-sign, he will not ask for the same wages. He will ask for more wages. So then do you re-sign on added wages? He's on 150 right now.
Yeah, 150.
150. Jesus Christ.
He'll ask for around, especially with Sterling and what
average
he's
these
on,
days,
he'll ask for close to Sterling.
Nah, I think you asked for like
But
200.
he doesn't deserve. He knows he doesn't deserve that. Though. That's the thing. That's
yeah, but most of players don't deserve our wage.
That UCL final.
Timo know he didn't deserve his
Oh, the
wages.
Porto tax is done. It's done. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. It is clean gone. I'm sorry. I'm thankful that he scored there. Even he said, I think I saw a thing where he was just like, even I thought I was going to miss. He thought he was going to miss that chance, or if he was worried about the memes.
Yeah, that goal was lucky as well. Edison should have caught that.
I wasn't luck, but it was class. But it was.
I don't know if it was luck.
Like, I'll be real. I ain't taking nothing away from him there. That's
Bro,
the best performance I've seen from him since.
That goal, that Porto.
Have you gone through the?
No. Let's be honest. Let's be honest with that Porto
so
goal. A better goalkeeper, he doesn't.
No, but I know it's bad. I know it's bad. It's fucking atrocious. I think Cho's got better stats and he's played less.
I think. Do you know? I think the only difference between actually no, I want to make sure I'm right before I say this, but between Havertz and Mount is that Havertz has actually got a goal and Mount doesn't.
Yeah, but we know Mount will turn up. Even
he
though
will eventually.
Yeah,
and now Graham Potter's in charge. Is the manager bounce and
Mount will turn up. Come on.
I'm not putting words in anyone's mouth, but did Mount start to play bad on purpose under Tuchel? Was he one of those players that was
I don't know.
to be
It
playing bad?
doesn't seem like that kind of guy.
I don't think he was. I'm just saying that now. I don't think he was. But
I have to ask Jay a question right now because you got me all types of confused. You think Mount is going to turn up? What makes you think Mount's going to turn up and Havertz not at all? Like, what gives you that inclination?
Mount's done in the Prem for like how many seasons in a row?
Yeah, that's in the past though, isn't it?
No, I know.
Johnny Minerals keeps saying about like, well, it's top GA. What's he doing now? What's he doing now? I don't get it.
No, that's true. Yeah,
I will give Mount 2021, and that is it.
We don't know if he'll turn up. Yeah, you're right. Okay. I don't like talking about previous seasons, but I don't know, man.
Certain man do, and that's the issue that I like talking about. Like, it's all well and good saying so and so, and I will say Mount has been the best player we've had for the last 2 years. He has, it's without a doubt.
Right.
This year, what has he done? I don't understand. And then you see people tweeting on Twitter and that saying like man of the match performance. I didn't see anything from certain people. And certain people are saying like, oh, you know, like he's had like a man of the match performance. He like did like a run. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man of the match.
I saw him.
Yeah, that was Johnny.
Man of the match. I'm saying certain man. You know who I'm talking about.
Johnny.
I've already been told I'm not allowed. I'm going out too much.
Wait, but hold on. How in the last 2 years, how has Mason Mount been better than like Thiago Silva or like Kante or Kovacic?
Well, this
I
is
don't
the
understand
thing because
that.
the only reason he is better is GA. That's it. Which is the only thing I can bang on about. But how can a defender do better than that if that's what you're going off of? That's what I'm saying.
Do his job better.
As an attacking player or creative player, the top creative player we've got. I'm here to tell you. I'm just saying, like I very much like Mason Mount. I think he is definitely our future.
Minerals is what you're saying.
He is our future.
The season we won the Champions League.
Reece James is the next captain, though. I'm telling you for that.
Yes, I agree with that.
Nah.
He's not vocal enough.
Who, James?
Yeah.
You think Mason Mount is?
I never said Mount was.
Lampard wasn't that vocal.
I was going to say, that's who we were debating. I thought you were going to say Mason Mount's more captain material than
If Mount becomes captain, we're truly mudded.
You don't think James is captain material?
No, I still think he's vocal.
I prefer somebody else in it. But
Lampard wasn't that vocal when he was captain.
Who?
Frank.
Azpilicueta has never been captain material. I love Dave, by the way, but I don't think Azpilicueta has never ever been captain material.
Why did we keep him?
Biggest prime example of him not being captain material is when Kepa with the Sarri situation. Let's go back to that. But fuck me, if there's ever an instance where Azpilicueta is not captain material, it's that.
Kepa's gonna
I love Dave. I love Dave for what he's done, but that he should never been captain. I'm sorry.
Kepa's going to be our future manager. I see it.
Let Kepa master goalkeeping first, and then he can go to coaching.
I just see, 20 years. Kepa, manager. He wins us UCL. I see it.
What?
Nah.
Reece's future captain for sure, though. I'm sorry. I'm just here to tell you that
I agree.
It's destined. It's destined to happen. It's supposed to happen. It has to happen.
Mount, I said, don't deserve a contract right now. James, you could have put whatever money you wanted for him, and I would have been fine with it. Because he's been good enough and he's been consistent enough. He deserves it.
Lewis, some fans fail to see, because I don't like Havertz and Mount. Some fans they fail to see that. We want them to perform. Like we really.
That's the thing. Everyone is player stands. Player stands are a fucking disease, man. Because as soon as the one player you've criticized has a good game, you can't even be happy about it because they're all gonna be, oh, you cussed him out the last.
Who's the worst player?
You're not telling me. I have to deal with that the most.
Bro, when Havertz scored against West Ham, the amount of people in my mind say, oh, he's put you in the mud.
Receipts.
No, I've been waiting for you to fucking turn up.
You know, clinical
I ain't happy. It's about time.
This is what I've been saying for ages. You're not allowed to criticize people for their current performances.
Who do you think the worst player?
But then you're
Clinical Kai on Twitter.
God, what do you mean? Like some of these, does anyone know what he looks like? I might be wrong, but does anyone know?
Guys, the funniest
some of these people actually take these people's. I don't expect anyone to take my criticism or my opinion seriously, but at least I show my face.
Yourself creative Mount or some shit.
These men don't show their face. At least show your face and give a face to the actual opinion you're giving. So they can mud you in that situation.
That clinical Kai guy.
Clinical Kai is the worst. He's the worst.
No. There's plenty.
I've muted so many of these dons.
Jorginho stands are bad as well. Let me just say
some Jorginho
I've never seen one.
Jorginho stands, Pulisic stands,
Kante
Cho
stands,
stands, Havertz stands, Kante stands.
Lewis, what do you make of the big American backlash that we're seeing with Pulisic at the moment?
Yeah, it's mad.
Everyone, it's literally every American Pulisic fan against Chelsea. They're not even Chelsea fans. They're like, fuck Chelsea.
The only thing I can understand is that
I've never heard this.
Hasn't been given the same.
Well, obviously not you. I don't know. That's all I can hear at the moment is Pulisic stands are being like, we're not even Chelsea fans at this point. It's just
to be honest, most
Pulisic and not even Chelsea.
Think Pulisic, he's like Messi. It's crazy.
When's he been good? He was good.
I mean, he's good for the US.
That's about it, though. That was it. What's he done? What has he done for Chelsea?
It was Burnley too. Let's point out the fact that it was Burnley.
I saw a thing. Yeah. I stand to be corrected. So I will be corrected if I need to be. But I saw someone say
no one brings up.
We wouldn't have won the Champions League if it wasn't for Pulisic. Someone said his performances were clinical in us winning the Champions League, and I was like, I am fucking. My memory's awful. Although I watch it, I do. I try to remember everything I can, but because some people just remember everything, and I forget even the smallest thing.
We played well against Real Madrid. That's about it, though.
Oh my
God!
The
whole team. It was a whole team in it.
But then you saw Rory Jennings on what was it?
That guy.
With True Geordie saying. And him and True Geordie bantering about Werner being like, oh, he was just there the year we won the Champions League. Like he didn't play a big role in us winning the. You look at some people, and I probably said some mad things in my time, but Jesus Christ, people are so easy to forget. Werner was he just did everyone's head in. But he does not get the respect he deserved in terms of that specific instance where Rory said Werner did nothing, he was just there for the ride.
No, I think Werner got more.
What are you talking about?
I thought Werner got enough respect for the Champions League.
That's Rory for you.
I thought he did as well, but then as soon as he said that, and you look at the comments, everyone was being like, yeah.
Let's be real.
If we're keeping it real,
where I leave it.
He was a part of the Real Madrid when we got knocked out in the quarterfinals.
If we're keeping it real, he was the worst player on the pitch in the final.
Oh yeah, by a mile. Like, thanks for the decoy run. But other than that, he missed 2-3 big chances in the final.
We should have won 4-0.
He missed 2 sitters.
We should have won 4-0. All those chances he had.
Yeah, Pulisic in the second half too.
Yeah.
Second half. One of those goals, and we would have been fine.
Imagine if Mahrez would have scored that chance.
Not to worry.
What? If Mahrez would have scored that volley.
I don't want to imagine that world.
I remember it. Oh my lord. Me and my friend thought that went in. Like, it was almost in slow motion. It
was such a slow shot as well.
Yeah. I was like, fuck. I was like, nah. But then when it went over, jeez. But what a day. Havertz actually turned up,
That was a monster class from Havertz. I'll give him that. He should have got 3 assists as well as the goal. But Werner and Pulisic were just terrible finishing.
Yeah,
actually, no, Pulisic's chance was saved.
No, it wasn't saved.
Not just Havertz. Most of our players had the best ever games.
I swear Ederson got a finger to it.
No.
Not just Havertz though. Most of our players had the best ever games in that game for Chelsea.
Yes.
Defo.
That second leg of Real Madrid was really good.
Yeah, that was such a good team performance from the attack as well. Mad.
What are we saying about Arsenal and Tottenham, by the way, in general terms? It's getting on my tits how good they are this season. It's not looking good.
It's not looking good.
It's annoying me so much.
Yeah. I've been saying this for time. People are saying that Arsenal and Tottenham are not our rivals. I'm just saying. No Chelsea fan can say that with chest.
I bookmarked on Twitter the clip of Uzin, what's his name's expressions and Robbie saying that Chelsea won't finish in the top 4, thinking so much with my chest that we would end up in the top 4 and they wouldn't, and now I'm regretting it so much because they're looking so good. Both of them are looking so good.
It's only the 7.
Son coming off as a sub and
that hat trick.
My God,
that's the mentality we need at Chelsea from players to get iced out.
I don't like Son. I think the whole nice guy thing needs to fuck off.
Yeah, and
Son's whole nice guy thing needs to bounce. He just needs to be known as a fucking good footballer. That's all it is. He doesn't need the nice guy shit.
Yeah, and some fans want us to keep calm and wait for Havertz. Bro, what?
Yo, you could just say my name. You don't need to say some fans, all right?
Not you, bro. It's
it's genuinely not.
It's not just you. It's not just you. Some people are more delusional than you. Like, you're not delusional.
To be honest, I'm still not.
Thank you.
I'm still not like convinced with Spurs, but it's Arsenal who are scaring me.
The Arsenal just lost to Man United. They can't beat a top 6 team. We haven't seen it yet. I'm not that worried about Arsenal.
Yes.
Yeah, but they're picking up points these teams that they wouldn't beat last season.
They're smashing the smaller teams, which we struggle to do.
Yeah.
We struggle.
Yeah.
Someone said this to me.
We always religiously lose to the smaller sides.
Someone said this to me about Spurs and Arsenal, and it put it into perspective. I think Spurs and Arsenal in this transfer window that just passed only just caught up to us. They haven't passed us. They only just caught up to us with their player transfers and quality. So, I mean, I don't disagree when they say our rivals might be Spurs and Arsenal. I do to most extent agree with that, but also Arsenal haven't really been challenged that much. In their first game they got challenged, they lost against Man United. And I'm hoping that Graham Potter gets the best out of these attackers. If he doesn't, then I don't see top 4 happening, but I still think we're going to get top 4.
Okay, you don't sound so sure. Where realistically, where do you think we're going to finish? Genuine. If you're being like completely realistic based on right now,
4th,
and also after like what you've seen from Potter's. I'm not saying that is to go off of at all.
Yeah.
But like first impressions as well as what we've been like as well, because when the shit hits the fan, these players cannot be relied on to perform. If of all the teams. Over the years as well, we whenever the shit hit the fan, we always seem to crumble, always, until a new manager comes in. But right now, these players seem to be the worst when the time get tough. It's like they just down tools so easily. Where do you legitimately see us finishing? I'm curious to know. Literally everyone. Where do you see us finishing?
Fourth. I see us barely scraping fourth. Just because.
Wait, what's your top four then?
Yeah,
what's your top four? In that case,
I agree.
There are many more teams better than us right now.
Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea.
Nah, take Arsenal.
Yeah, that's.
Arsenal not making top
Lewis,
four,
what
bro.
Lewis said is what I agree with.
Make top four, bro. I don't
Arsenal ain't
believe
making top four. Their best bet is Europa unless we drop out.
Do you
And
think
if we
they're
drop out,
they are
legitimately
legitimately
pumping on their fucking red and white heads.
Is that your hatred
they're
towards
not-
them though? That's saying that, or
They're not gonna get
Half,
it, bro.
half hatred, half the fact that they don't know how to win a European trophy and we do. So we've got a bit more experience on that front. But yeah, Arsenal's best bet to Champions League is Europa for me.
Arsenal fans are already complaining about the hectic schedule, and we're over here like holding our teeth.
We've got 9 games in October. Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
we've already done this. We've been through here last season.
A big injury in attack.
We've had to deal with this every year.
Mm-hmm. They don't have the depth that Spurs have.
Exactly.
Is there a difference between the second place and the fourth place?
No.
It's
more
bragging
money.
rights. Though. It's bragging
More
rights.
money.
It is bragging rights.
It is bragging rights.
There definitely is a difference between second and fourth.
What kind of
because
bragging
no,
rights?
there is. So if you
We get
factor
to
in
be the
the
best
last
loser.
few years, right, there definitely is a difference between second and fourth because you compare Liverpool, how they've been consistently second place.
But that's
Compared
not
to
places,
whoever's
it's
come
more
fourth,
like-
it doesn't
it's
mean
points.
anything.
Consistently shit.
It doesn't mean
That's the
anything
thing.
at all in terms of like levels. But Liverpool have clinically been better in second place than whoever
Because
has come
it's the
fourth.
That's
They
total.
have.
exactly my
That's the
point. Your
difference.
bragging rights is gonna be against Pokudoku. That's who you're gonna talk.
But
If
they
there's a
have
real
always
fan,
been points
You're not
wise.
gonna argue about the
They've
second
been
or third.
rivaling really well with Man City, though. That is the thing. Whereas fourth place
Okay,
have nowhere near
Not really.
to Man City.
Not really.
But that's not the
Liverpool is
long-term
the team like, oh, we
target.
the ones that put the pressure on City. That's how you know them.
4 POs to 1.
And they saying the
No, I know. Man City are levels above Liverpool. But in terms of Liverpool being second, consistently second, they have been the only ones who have battled against Man City. No one else has come close. They haven't.
99%
But I
of
know what
the
you're
fans
saying.
saying
Like being second and being 20th or 17th or whatever is just the same. You're always the loser.
Nah,
No.
it's not the same. Not
I'm
17.
talking about the second and fourth. I'm not talking about second and 17th.
But you know what I mean, though. It's just like if you're not first, you're not the winner. But with Liverpool, they're not this season. They are a completely different side. They are drastically worse than what they have been so far this season. Anyway,
We're even better than them.
Your money
Well, we're
tax.
drastically different. We're drastically going down season after season, actually.
they are. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And we're not increasing, but all of a sudden, Chelsea cannot qualify for top 4 because there's a teams level better above us. But
Where do you see us
nobody's
fitting?
actually. But there's nobody actually talking about the other teams becoming worse.
They are,
which is
100%. This season is
Liverpool.
evident more than ever. Liverpool are worse than that. They have. They are. I agree. They are getting worse for sure.
We are
Where
too.
where do you, we
Nah, we're
No,
the difference.
Alex,
and Liverpool
where do
different.
you see us finishing? What's your prediction this season? Genuinely,
Winning the
be
league,
honest, because I know
otherwise what the
you
fuck
know
are we
ball.
pers-
You know
participating
ball.
for?
You know ball. Where do you see us
Win
finishing?
the
Please tell me.
league.
Alex, you're right. We should be winning the league. Yeah,
Like,
you're right.
I'm every season. I'm always think that we're gonna win the league. I don't care how like.
No,
you
but
can-
where do
Come
you
on,
think
though.
we'll
I
finish
know
this
you
season?
know
Where-
ball. You know ball. Tell me where you think we're going to finish. Genuinely, in your heart of hearts.
if I was to put the money on if I will put my
If you
house
were
on
to,
it,
if you were to bet on Chelsea where they're going to finish,
I really
legitimately.
don't. That the reason why I asked is because, you see, I said that we can win the league with Tuchel, but Tuchel got fired. Seriously, I thought we can win the league with Tuchel, but because he already knows the league and
we
stuff
could
like
have.
that. But
We
we
could
could
have,
have
100%.
anyway. Let's move on from the tears and stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna make me cry, man.
Now it's now the difference is like we all support Harry Potter and everything, but the inexperience what worries me. The only thing okay, if I will put the money on it, if I will put the the reason why I ask what's the difference between second and fourth, that's the reason where I think we're gonna finish. Is between second and fourth. I know we're gonna be a top four, but the problem is I don't see the difference between second and fourth, because for me it was already a loser. You're already a loser for not winning the league. And I don't care about like, oh, we're gonna compete. That's not such a thing as competing. Competing if you go and literally going to win. Otherwise, what the hell? It's like a US participation trophy. You get a trophy. You get
which top 16? Which regular top 16? One of the top 16. How would you rank the top 16s right now? The top 6, if you know what they say is the
City
top 6.
and everybody else.
How would you rank everyone as the top 6? If you were to rank the top 6 right now, off of ability, off of what we've shown so far this season, where would you rank everyone in the top 6 so far? Because I'm interested to know.
I think Chelsea first 11. If everybody's fit, Chelsea can challenge City. But we have
you think we'd be second in the top 6?
I can think we can be first if our squad can be fit for full season of the game, because Kante and Kova are always injured. But when they're not injured, we actually can compete, and we prove that the City can beat us.
When?
Champions League.
On constant basis. No, I'm saying
this season we don't look like we're going to. But I agree
we also
that when we are on top form, we can. But no one looks like they're up for it this season. No one looks like they care at all.
Except from
Arsenal.
Like you can't get you.
No. As in not team wise. I mean, as in competing with Man City. I mean, like player wise this season, no one is on top form.
But what was our best game this season so far? What would you say is our best game this season?
Probably Leicester, and we got someone sent off that game.
Spurs. I was gonna say Spurs.
Spurs, yeah, but that was
when there's competition.
The rivalry with that.
When there's competition. When there's competition, like when there's something on the line, like that Real Madrid second game, this team is fucking class.
Yes,
which I think is what Alex is saying.
We're a cup side.
I don't even think that. I really think it's a mentality issue that this team has.
We're a cup side unless we're playing against like a rival side like Tottenham. You said we played our best side. Our best game this season was against Tottenham. That's because we hate Tottenham. Every one of our players hates Tottenham. They all have something against them. And then you said like when we played, like we got that Real Madrid like vibe against us or about us or whatever. It's because in the Champions League, I although we're not doing
what
so
about
well
Liverpool,
so now,
all the games
knockout stage of the Champions League. Yeah, Liverpool, because they're rival side.
So you're saying that we show up only for rivalry? The rest of it.
Wait, so why did we lose against Arsenal? Why have we not beaten Arsenal in the past 2 years? Rivalries.
We beat them last season.
Let me ask you a question then.
Question. Did we beat him last season? I don't even know.
Let me ask you
revisionist history.
We always show up for rival games.
Let me ask you a question. Last season in December, were you calling us when we are number one on the table? Were we a cup team or were we on the verge to do something special?
No, because we didn't have anything to gauge off of that. But as time grew with Tuchel, it became very apparent that we were very much I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm just saying we're a better side. Especially under Tuchel,
that's
very much a better side.
The reason why I ask
in the big moments, we are in the big moments a much we perform in the big moments. If that makes sense. But however, but you need to listen to when the players we have when we're playing against these minnow sides or like smaller sides that they come across and they think, oh, this is only Bournemouth or whoever. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The players don't have the mentality. They don't have the mentality to be like, this is like any other game. We need to trample on these players like Man City, like the mentality that Haaland has, where he just goes and sees like a smaller side, and then sees them and goes like, this is like any other game. I need to fuck them up completely. Our players do not, and you can't. I implore you to try and prove me otherwise. that, or convince me otherwise, that our players do not see smaller sides as an easy opposition. Because when we play against them, they beat us, or they at least play well. Smaller sides are always up for it when they play against us. And why is that? Why?
Well, I can, but let me talk. The December last season, we are first in the league. Did we play any small size by December?
Yeah, we did.
Plenty.
I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll be honest with you.
The half of the season in the Premier League, we had to play some small size in half of the season.
In December of last year.
Yeah. We're halfway through the season.
What I'm saying is, you are comparing. I see the team that can actually do stuff. I agree that Tuchel was the one that did it. Now it's a different situation.
We know we got the quality. Sorry,
what?
I'm not. We know the players we've got have the quality, but they don't show it regularly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, well, the list for the half of the season in the Premier League, Chelsea team last season, and I think we improved this season with players. We are capable of being number one team in the Premier League, at least for half of the season, until the injuries start.
Alex,
there is there. My question is, can Harry Potter find that thing at Chelsea?
Can he find a sorcerer's stone?
I would love to be proven wrong, but with his lack of elite level sort of competitions, I don't fancy a chance. But then again, like we got Di Matteo and he won the Champions League, so who the fuck knows? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
anything can happen. We're Chelsea. Like anything can happen.
That's what I'm saying. With Potter, we don't. There is not enough basis.
If you ask me genuinely off of his quality, we know he is genuinely regarded as one of the best upcoming managers, and he will be good. Whether that's with us or not, he's considered a mid manager now, but he can be.
No, he ain't considered
mid. Good.
Let me ask you a question.
A lot of people saying like he is mid,
because we keep bringing up the fact that he has no experience. What did you think about his first European club match against Salzburg? What did you genuinely think of that match?
Me?
His game management could have been better.
You and Alex and Lewis, of course, or whoever.
It's the first game I've watched where I wasn't streaming, so I actually got to watch it. But it was, I honestly feel like there wasn't much difference between watching. If you could have told me Tuchel was managing, and I wouldn't have noticed too much of a difference.
Nah, I don't think so.
It wasn't. No, but I'm not saying it in a bad way. It was just I didn't see too much in.
I agree.
It was one game.
Yeah, but
I see where you're coming from.
I didn't see too much difference. There's a couple of passes where like a quicker passes.
Jorginho looked a lot more creative, and it was a lot quicker.
Of course, everyone is going to be more. They're going to be more like awake. They're going to be more awake. It's the new manager bounce. That's it.
We lose that game on the Tuchel.
That's not enough bounce for me.
We lose that game on the Tuchel. I'm telling you, we really do.
It's way too early. It's way too early to judge.
It's too early. We can't.
I'm saying if any of you, I swear that I'm fairly sure it's a joke, but there was that whole trend of hashtag Potter out.
Oh my days!
If I know Twitter well by now, like it's
come on, Lampard out was out after the first friendly.
Yeah, I know exactly. So it was a joke, but still, there were definitely like people genuinely tweeting that, and I was like, oh, fuck off. I wasn't happy with Tuchel getting sacked. I wasn't happy with Potter being like the number one name, but we all know that Potter is a good manager. Look what he's done with Brighton. In his career and in his career in general, we know it's a very similar tactical situation and a very similar managerial sort of like style to in my opinion.
Nah,
I feel like it's because with the whole WhatsApp and the willingness to communicate and do all that stuff with Toboli. I feel like because of Graham's experience, not really being an elite level manager, he has to say yes to everything Todd Boehly says because he's given the opportunity to be manager of Chelsea Football Club. He has to, He's been given an opportunity that even him himself has said, like, I can't turn down this opportunity. Whereas Tuchel is an established manager, a very good manager. He you know, he's not going to just
Tuchel for me.
The 4-4-3 situation was, you know,
Tuchel
must
for
have seen
me
that and be like, what is this all about?
Tuchel for me wasn't bigger manager than Harry Potter before he won the Championship League. He wasn't. Based on his history, he wasn't bigger than. You can put the stats in front of me, and I'll tell you he wasn't a big manager. PSG managing PSG, it's this. It's like
depends how you look at it. I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? So for me, if it's like a big eye opener, it's there's not much. What he did to the club when it's not even what's his name? It's not even the Tuchel's management or anything that impressed me. The last year itself, what we went through, Tuchel made it easy for me. So for me, from human level, not from the whatever, he deserved to be at least finishing this year. That's it. But Harry Potter, as of right now, entering the stage same as Tuchel before he won the Champions League. You see what I'm saying? So he had I'm all for him. I don't want him. It's not like I want him to fail because I like Tuchel. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he has exactly same situation. Plus, he has the full backing of the owner. Full backing of the owner. Tuchel didn't have full backing of the owner in the beginning.
5-year contract. Never heard of it in Chelsea's history.
It's
at least recently.
Yeah. But as Metla said, after that, contracts don't mean anything. It just have to pay more.
But he still gets the payout. If we sack him, 5-year contract, if you sack him, he's going to get the money.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Whereas that we would always do like 2 or 3 year contract maximum.
My excitement about Harry Potter, the actual owner really wants him to succeed. So I think he's going to do bits in the transfer market. I can see him doing it in the summer. I can see him doing it even in January. So I know it's like really good young people thing to do. Let's predict the future, how we're going to win the league or what position we're going to be at the table, when we'll literally see the difference one transfer market can do in January.
Who do you think he goes for?
Thomas Tuchel or Kante January.
Who do you think based on what we know off of him, what is Graham Potter's number one target? Who do you genuinely see him going for?
That's the thing.
Not that we don't know anything about him still because he's so new. That's the thing.
I can see us going for the midfield because that's the only and potential
Bellingham.
Caicedo.
Alvarez.
Caicedo, Bellingham.
Bellingham's too expensive.
Caicedo over Bellingham.
Bro, Bellingham's too expensive. Do you know who our owner is?
Yes, but he doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know who he is.
By the way, we're about to get the football director, and within a couple of weeks.
Who does know who he is?
Who does know who he is?
Yeah,
so,
that's the thing. That is a good point. That is
so my point.
But the issue with Bowley is that he doesn't know who certain players are and how genuinely good certain players are.
And that's why he fell off of Tuchel, because he was asking Tuchel questions and Tuchel didn't have time to answer. It's on him. I'm not blaming Bowley for firing Tuchel either.
Yeah, me neither.
Tuchel brought it on himself. He literally showed his $2 at the end.
What did you make of the interviews that he did, the press conference that he did with Salt?
Who?
Todd Bowley, when he mentioned playoffs with bottom four and like a North versus South sort of division. Not just those specific points.
I see what you said.
But like that whole press conference where he was like, do you stand by what he was saying?
No, people have to talk about something on a press conference, right?
Yeah.
So he literally shooting the breeze. Like, there's ideas, but those ideas is basically people talking. Like, I don't think it's that much into it. I think it's there something talking about the money for the lower league to sustain, because lower league died itself, but top four, what's the name? what's his name? Who's gonna pay for the youth to grow, like for non-league teams? Somebody has to pay it. So if all the TV revenue money doesn't go there, FA does not gonna make it there. Something has to be done. So it's the only worry for me. It's another extra game. It's that has to be played in a season.
Do you think it's worth getting rid of the Community Shield or the charity?
Oh fuck yeah! Are you kidding me? Yes.
Yeah, for Northeast South or something, definitely.
Yes, please.
The reason why it could be potentially better because you have.
They're like, you know, we're gonna keep the tradition going.
No,
Fuck off.
No, my only thing with that
it would
is
be huge. It would be so big.
I wouldn't do North versus South. I would do what? You get the two best players and you get them to draft their own teams. Do that instead. Don't just do North versus South.
Is that like what's the name?
Best players are North and the South.
No. That's what we used to do.
Oh yeah, North batters South anyway.
People pick their own team one at a time.
That's what you do in a match, innit? When you have a bro,
that's what the NBA does. You have LeBron versus Team KD. That's the two best players.
That's not what it is.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
No, it's not.
So
you think LeBron and KDD is actually pulling their own players?
No, they draft their own players for All Stars. Yeah,
they drafting?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to fact check that later.
I don't think that does not need to fact check it, man. It's basically goes on stats, man.
That's how it works. That's how it works.
Yeah, who doesn't understand
that's how it works, brother?
That would be sick. But none of the players would take it seriously, though. They wouldn't go in for 50.
No, they going based on the stats, man. It's America, man. They literally have a stats.
Like a show of like the
whose mic is
Masters Cup or something like that.
It might be mine. Wait, let me mute it.
Do you know like the indoor masters or something like that? Lewis, you might have seen it.
That's
like
what?
The indoor masters with like the legends that would play indoor football.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
If they did like even like a fucking indoor football match where it was just like that would generate more money than a charity like Community Shield. Like if they did like but
if it's indoor, I don't know if they get a venue as big.
Like a FIFA Street, obviously not like to that degree. But if the players treated it like 11 versus 11 to that degree, people would still take it more seriously than a Community Shield. It would be way bigger.
Potentially.
There's also more dogs in the fight too. When you think about it, when you see the Community Shield, it's what like who was the last one? Arsenal versus who? Or no, it was Leicester. What was the last Community Shield that we just had? Only those fans are going to watch the Community Shield, is what I'm saying.
You have Haaland at the beginning of his career on the same team as Ronaldo at the end of his career.
But I'm just saying, like in an All-Star game, where you have to have at least one rep from each team in the Prem on your side or whatever side you're on, that would mean more fans would watch it. I would watch it as a Chelsea fan, just to see Raheem Sterling ball out or Reece James, shoot a ball top left bins. You know what I'm saying?
You know what could be if that League Cup or whatever. League Cup is won like how many games? Like 3 or 4 games before they join the finals. Maybe we should scrap all of them and making less games this season, and just make one game, and that will be easy on the players instead of play 4 games.
Tradition, though, Alex. Tradition, man.
I don't know. I know FA Cup is the big tradition. I don't know about League Cup is a tradition.
Nah, it's not.
League Cup's been around for a while, but it's not been around for as long as the FA Cup.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody knows FA Cup is the oldest cup in the world, but
I think League Cup was for like the smaller teams to win, innit?
It was founded in 1960.
No, actually, FA Cup is because FA Cup
is the oldest cup in the world,
and you can play from any non-league. You can make it from non-league.
In 1871.
A quick question, yeah. If a championship team wins an FA Cup, do they go to Europa League as well?
Yeah, that happened to Birmingham when they won the League Cup. And they got relegated that season. They played to fucking Europa League in the championship.
What happened
That's
with
crazy.
the FA Cup?
Wigan as well, when they won the FA Cup.
When they beat Man City, yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What a goal as well.
And then they got relegated like 3 days afterwards. It was all mad. CNAC says, who the fuck in USA is calling Pulisic Messi? Never heard that from anyone around.
I've never heard that.
I think you're being
I
trolled.
tell you what, I don't
wasn't
even
me
think
saying
Americans
that, by
are
the way.
rating Pulisic as high as people think Americans rating.
Oh, they do.
On
Twitter, they do.
No, it's just on Twitter though, but that's a small demographic of all Americans.
Yeah.
People.
To be fair, like
Pulisic Twitter stands are bad. They are moving.
To be fair, like if some, I'm assuming
they support America. They support Pulisic. That's it. That's it.
To be fair to the Americans, like I'm assuming most of them, if they do watch Pulisic, is in the United States, and when he plays for the United States, he's actually pretty decent. He's not Messi level,
I think he comes from that.
He's pretty damn good.
There's like
I'm assuming you're American, like as in United States.
Yeah, I'm pretty goddamn American.
I'll be honest. I'll be completely frank. I don't follow who's your best player. He can't be your best player, surely.
He's not. Not right now. He's not.
He's not.
If you ask me as an American, I don't think so.
I don't play FIFA.
Probably
McKenna.
McKenna.
I'm one of these people.
No, it's not McKenna.
Acts like they know football just because
it's gonna be, in my opinion, it's gonna be either Gio Reyna or Brandon Aronson.
Yeah,
Aronson's really fucking underrated.
Here's how American I am. I don't even know a single player besides Pulisic that plays for America. Because I don't watch MLS. I don't watch.
Well, you know Aronson, he put us in the spliff against Leeds, so there you go.
Yunus Musa as well. He's a decent player.
Yeah.
How the fuck Bokudoku knows
It's
and I don't?
so
and I
funny.
live in this
On
country.
the comments on this stream, every time I've mentioned Pulisic,
It's because he used to play for Arsenal Academy.
Everyone's saying they don't.
Oh,
rate Pulisic.
Academy. My bad.
They're saying like I'm American. I don't like Pulisic. I don't think
Bokudoku
he's
and
good.
his Academy player.
Yeah, at Chelsea, he sucks dick. He's terrible.
Do you not think he has like a severe like superiority complex, or like he thinks he's so much, he deserves so much more than he
I don't think
deserves?
it's him. I think it's his dad.
What has he done?
I think it's his father.
I think it's his father more than him, because him personally not saying anything. It's his dad who's done the Twitter.
When you listen to him in interviews, he sounds like the most timid kid ever.
Yeah.
Like he barely doesn't say anything. I think it's his dad.
What was it when he was asked? I think it was for this year's FIFA. He was like, "Is Kante the nicest player ever?"
Oh, he
and
said no.
He was like, "No, not at all." and everyone in the room was just like, "Hang on." What? And then apparently in the like here and there, everyone's thinking that Pulisic regards himself as a nicer person, than Kante. In like, so when someone's just like, "Is Kante the nicest person you've ever met?" Pulisic was like, "No," but he didn't want to say like, "Because I am nicer." But that's what everyone's saying. It's like that Pulisic thinks he's a nicer.
Who said
person.
that?
I've seen it all over the place, all over Twitter, and
I can see the theory.
I think
you can think.
Lewis, go seriously, guys. When I look at Aubameyang's family,
I've seen that.
Mackie posted the
to finally start seeing some of that, but
Mackie posted it's like who the fuck says they're nice or that Kante isn't a nice person.
My point is like,
I'm not living up. I'm not trying
If Pulisic says Kante
Kante's
is not a nice person, I personally want him removed from Chelsea. If
I don't want to overdo
No,
the
I
whole
hear
thing
you.
of
I
like
hear
Kante. He's so cute and cuddly, and he's so nice, because I think he's overdone at this point. But he is a lovely guy, and we all know he's a nice guy. There's nothing wrong with him, but. If you're Pulisic and you're saying he isn't the nicest guy, they say, what is wrong with him?
I don't really look to my point with Pulisic fans, like
what's Kante done to you that makes you think that?
They make out like this guy like has to start, like he's getting unfairly treated. I'm like, whenever this guy comes on, he does nothing. Like, let's be real.
It's the American like entitlement.
Like, if you want your guy to start,
for saying that, but it is the entitlement of thinking like Pulisic is their best player. To a lot of their view, it was, but he's still in there. A lot of their heads, he is their best player. And how dare he not start for them, not start for Chelsea? Sorry, it just doesn't make sense to a lot of them. And a lot of them tune in just to watch him. And if he doesn't start, then it kicks off the whole thing.
Yeah, everyone's gonna have their favourites at the end of the day. So let's be real though.
Yeah, you got.
I mean.
Tell me what player that I'd hold on. What is my player? What is my favorite player?
Yeah, you have a secret Loftus-Cheek agenda. I don't know.
Who is our most prolific, like our most famous player? By the way, who would you say? Not most
Sterling.
Talented. Who is our most worldwide?
Sterling.
Who is our most famous player?
Right now,
it's Sterling.
Kante. It'll be Kante.
Yeah, what just flashed on the screen? What the fuck? Was
Kante or
that?
Sterling, yeah. Kante.
No, it'll be Kante. Kante's a bigger name for Sterling.
Not biggest, not most talented. Yeah, I know. I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
If it's biggest,
It'll probably be Sterling.
Like
No,
Ronaldo,
I'll say
Sterling.
I'll say
Sterling,
Obviously,
Thiago Silva.
Ronaldo is like the most famous.
Oh,
player
Sterling,
in the
Kante,
world,
Thiago
or
Silva.
Messi or whatever. Like,
Yeah, or Thiago Silva.
Nah, Thiago Silva's
Kante
more
or
for the
Thiago
people.
Silva. The rest
It's
of
more
them.
for the people who are 22, 20.
does
20
anyone know
and above.
who
No,
gets
you
the most
took it
shirt
out.
sales? By the way, who gets the most shirt sales?
Yeah,
this year?
Pulisic.
Does anyone know? Oh, you're fuck. Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely Pulisic.
Yeah.
Is it
that's
really
what-
Pulisic
Kante.
still?
It's so
Pulisic,
bad.
Kante.
Kante.
He's so marketable. That's why.
That American propaganda is working even in the UK.
Havertz could be up there too.
No,
What's the marketing about Pulisic?
He's on commercials all the time.
Yeah,
Seriously, like here in US TV for
in US,
sporting,
but is he showing Chelsea kit? Is they show him anything with Chelsea?
There's this one specific commercial which I don't know if you guys have seen, where it's just Pulisic's life growing up and becoming a Chelsea player and the US team. Yeah,
Do you see what I'm saying?
It's
everything,
so.
but not Chelsea. It's the individual. That's the problem.
Is that on
Yeah.
television in America?
Yeah, I see the commercial all the
I've seen him
time.
a couple of
we
times.
do not have that commercial at all.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he's
you
pretty
have your
televised here in the US.
You have Sterling, you have Mounts, you have
Sterling.
Saka.
When we watch on BT Sport or Sky Sports, Sterling
English media hates
every
Sterling.
single advert is him shaving his non-existent beard. Every single time. For the Gillette
I know which commercial.
It's
Yep,
so
yep.
fucking annoying.
Look,
days.
there's the biggest misconception about Pulisic, and he sells shirts, but I talked to the lawyer, sports lawyer. He said shirt sell does not benefits anything. There's a big problem is it's the naming rights about it. That's the biggest difference. But there's a shirt sales, which is actually Pulisic has a really big high. He outsold shirts Messi, but that doesn't mean that those, because we get contract from Nike, we don't get contract from Pulisic. That's how it works.
Right.
So let's hope Todd Bowley will make it bigger. Business ideas better.
No, Todd Bowley he's gonna bang. He will bang.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we agree.
It's nice to hear.
Wow. Nice response.
I know Roman brought us to levels, but Bowley wants to take us to just.
As long as we can as long as we build a long-term project and we get to the end part.
Some
within
people.
the space of 2 to 3
This
years.
is a breath of fresh air here because
Some people don't want to have this convo here, but Roman, he kind of fell off at the back end. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Nah.
Well,
No,
there's a reason. There's a reason behind it.
He
He wasn't allowed to go into the country. How would he invest the money into the place?
No,
where he was not
money-wise,
allowed to
money-wise.
visit?
Like decision.
It's
decision.
like you have imaginary girlfriend.
I
for
said
example.
decision. I said decision.
Like you will support the girl if you're not allowed to see it. Like it's a pretend girl. How much financially you're gonna support the girl?
Bro, I never said about financially. I'm not talking about finances. That's the thing.
What do you mean when the? Okay, explain to me then. What did you mean when you said in the last few years Roman wasn't Roman? What did that mean?
So obviously, him and Marina, he needed to. I can't lie. He needed to sack Marina, but probably, of course, that's never gonna happen. Yeah, wait.
Why was Marina there in the first place?
Because of Roman. Because of Roman, innit?
Okay, because of Roman. Why was Marina there in the first place? Because of Roman. Why
Well, I don't
Roman
know,
put her
man.
there?
I'm younger than. I'm young.
If you don't know,
I can answer the question. I can answer the question. Alex, can I answer it?
I wasn't even alive.
Because Roman wasn't allowed in the country.
Thank you.
Well, I didn't hear the question.
Oh, you.
I didn't hear the question.
I hope you're better at school answering teachers' questions.
I just want to say as well,
I am.
like last touch, you see Arsenal as well. They brought on a 15-year-old kid. Why can't Chelsea do that?
Because
Why do you want Chelsea to do that?
Because our depth isn't that shit that we need to bring on a 15-year-old.
We got
What?
bigger
Thank you.
than fucking 15-year-olds bringing on them. Jesus Christ.
You don't support the youth? What?
Let's go backstage then, yeah?
No,
We'll go
why?
Pokey Dokey,
Why
who's a 15-year-old that we should
15
start?
years old, man?
Like, come on, they're bringing on a 50. Why
I
can't
love
we?
you so much, man.
The guy literally had
Why
two
should we do
touches.
that? Why
The guy
should we
came
do that,
in the
though?
90th minute. Arteta hates Fabregas so much that he wanted to kill his record. That's why.
Pokey Dokey, you just want us to bring a 15-year-old for just because he's 15.
No, I never said that.
But yeah, but why should we bring a 15-year-old for what? Like, literally, what's the reason? Why?
No, I said when we're winning games, why can't we just bring on some
Why?
random?
Why do we need to
Can I
do
finish?
You want us to bring on?
Why?
You
Can
just
I
want that
finish?
to happen for the
Can I
sake.
finish
And
my
then we're
sentence?
gonna wrap
Scott,
up.
can you bring the Scott's comment, please? I agree with you, Scott. But there's the reason why. It's not because of that. I'm saying there's a reason why. But I agree with you on that. I'm just saying there is a reason why Roman fell off in the last couple of years with Chelsea and everything.
Hard to do your job when you can't even go to your job.
No, but
Exactly.
He's done more. Did he say he's done more for Chelsea in the last few years than Roman ever did? Or did
No, not ever did in the last few years.
Okay, sorry.
Which is true. What is true is just also because of Roman.
It wasn't for Roman.
After because of Roman, Tadbolo does not have a debt to pay. So
I wonder if these attackers would have stepped up if Roman was walking around Cobham, you know?
No, they
makes me think that.
They actually know each other for a long time. Tadbolo and Roman know each other for a long time. Tadbolo actually offered when in 2014 or 16 when the sanction first came in. Shut up.
Do you think Roman actually funds both at all?
I don't think so.
Not funds him because he doesn't need the money. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
Look, Roman Tadbolo offered him. I think it was 2016, the first time when Bolo offered to buy Chelsea. The minute the Roman got the first sanction, I think it was 14 or 16. But that's the first time Tadbolo offered to buy Chelsea, and Roman said no.
Thank you.
Oh my God! Right, we're gonna wrap up.
Kindergartners chuckle on themselves like a tickle. You should tickle yourself.
Right, guys, we're gonna wrap up. Big up everyone that's locked in. As always,
no one listens to your points.
Subscribe.
Still,
yeah, we'll be back sometime this week whenever some news pops up. God knows when, but we'll be back soon. So yeah, like and subscribe. And as always, up the Chels.